Alright, guys, J77 back here at my old spot in Brooklyn, Vanity Cafe. Something I'm going to be start doing a lot more often. So if you guys hear a little bit of background noise, I do apologize for that. They do have the music pretty loud, but in any case, I still find this the most comfortable place to talk about. This is going to be mostly my more live vlog chats that I normally used to do on the whim when something big comes up. I normally post it on. I'm going to be turned to that slowly. And This is a vlog that I was supposed to talk about yesterday, but for reasons I do not know, YouTube did not want me to upload anything. It was something going on. Maybe it was from my side, but it is seems to be working now, and I decided to take a chance to talk about this while it's still fresh. First of all, it's involving the NBA and the NHL Finals. Mostly I was going to talk about the NHL Finals, but now I might as well talk about both, considering we know the opponents. First, let's go to the NHL. Congratulations to both the Kings and my Rangers for making the Stanley Cup Finals. A lot of people cannot wait. New York is in their white and blue jerseys, wearing the Rangers backpack, having the Rangers press pass. Everybody's getting ready and geared up for this moment. Restaurants are gearing up for tomorrow's event, which starts on Wednesday. So a lot of people are really getting into the spirit. A lot of news has been talking about the odds, which, to no surprise to no one, the Kings are in favor of winning it. A lot of people say 6 games. A lot of people are going to say 7 games. There's pretty much in that category. No one is suspecting this to go into a Game 4 sweep or a Game 5. They figure it's going to be the distance. They figure it's going to go all the way. And with the way both teams are structured, it is very clear that the decisions will be made by who has the hotter goalie. Lundqvist is, of course, it's the Ranger goalie. Has probably one of the most greatest playoff in his career. He has the most wins than anyone in the postseason, and yet he has yet to win the Stanley Cup. That can all change today, this coming series, if he able to outplay the Kings goalie, which is nothing to be sneezed about. He has done very well. I know a lot of people saying that hasn't been this greatest performance, considering what the Kings have to go through in their playoff. I mean, they went through sevens to game sevens, and they had to do it not even at home turf. That's something that has it been unheard of in the NHL playoff, and for them to do that is something nothing to sneeze at. At also the same rate, I also have to give credit before I move on to the Chicago Blackhawks. Man, they gave Kings a hard time, and it also solidifies just how tough the West is. San Jose to all the way to the Blackhawks. This is not an easy conference to go through. We already seen what the Rangers had to go through with 2 Pennsylvania teams, and then the Montreal Canadiens. So it has been a very fun, very entertaining playoff right throughout, and I was for one. I'm happy to have witnessed these games as they unfold. So me, I'm rooting for the Rangers. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Ranger fan since 1991, 92, and I'm hoping they can actually do something that hasn't not been done in 20 years, win the Stanley Cup. However, I'm not looking over who we are facing. The Kings are a tough team. They have already been through the dance once before and won it. The difference between this one and the other and their last previous encounter is they had a much easier time in the dance, and surprisingly, not many people picked them to win the Stanley Cup. I remember that very, very clearly. They beat the Devils in 6, and they hoist the cup, but not many people actually expected them to make the big dance. And I never forget once Vancouver was eliminated and all these other tougher teams were eliminated, and I saw the King hoisting the cup and said, "Wow, that's amazing." So there's no way in the world that any New Yorker or any New York Ranger fans, diehard fans, should actually look down on this team. This team is a proven warriors. and they will give the Rangers a run for their money. And to me, two things have to happen for the Rangers to actually, for one, they have to be better in the power play. Which, let's be honest, if you look at the first two rounds, it hasn't been that great. Everybody must be on their 100 on their A game, and most importantly, the goaltender needs to be on his A game, and that's the biggest key for the Rangers and for the Kings in order to win this series. I'm looking forward for this. I mean, I am really, really looking forward for this. Now let's talk about the NBA. No question about this. This is the return of two of the most respected teams I've seen in the NBA thus far. One team, of course, the San Antonio Spurs, which I have utmost respect for. This is a team that continues to shut up the critics every single time. No one really expected them to be back here because of the age, because of the fact that that you have a younger team out there, more faster, more grittier. But yet they beat Dallas. They end up beating Oklahoma City, and here they are right now back into it and having what I like to call the ultimate rematch against the Miami Heat, which took care of their business against Indiana, which I will be the first to admit I am very disappointed in Indiana. I thought the Pacers had the best chance of beating the Heat, and they just disappointed me, not even just from this playoff stance, but just from how they finished the second half of the season, how so seriously it collapsed. And to me, just moving away from the subject from Indiana needs to really look at what went wrong. A lot of people was pointing to that trade, that what happened, but there's got to be something more to that. There's got to be more of a mental situation to that, and I think they need to take a look at that. Nevertheless, LeBron James, hats off to him, hats off to that team. They took care of their business as they should, and now they're back to the big dance, possibly winning yet another championship, but it will not be easy. This is a team they're facing that has a very huge chip on their shoulder. They believe they should have won that series. And if you saw that game last year when it was in that game 6 where they was actually up, they should have actually won that series. So they believe they should have taken the title. And what better than to do it than to prove it in this series. This is not going to be a very easy series for neither one of these teams. Both teams will give it their all. I do see this going 6, probably 7. I don't see this being easier. And don't be surprised if San Antonio actually wins Game 1. That is definitely something that I have seen, and I see a response from Miami probably winning the next 2 games. So I see it come down to who will win Game 5, and if whoever wins Game 5, who will possibly close it out in Game 6. I tell you right now, this is going to be a very serious matchup. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you think LeBron James don't have respect for this team, you're dead wrong. He has respect for this team. He knew how close they came to beating him in this series. And despite the loss last year, they only have one. They only have one loss in the championship series. They are actually 3-1 in the series. Miami also has a great record themselves. So I want to see how this is going to happen. A lot of people are not too sure where to go from this. I'm going to say right now, until the champion has been dethroned, I have to stick with the Heat. I think they will pull off, but I think it's going to be through the skin of their teeth. I do not see this being easy. So with that being said, I'm just going to leave it at that. What do you guys think about this series? What do you think about the NHL? Do you got your own feelings on what's going to happen from here on out? Or do you think it's going to be a one-sided game? Do you think it's going to be a Game 7? What's your favorite team going into these 2 championship series? Leave a comment below. Let me know. And until then, this is J77 saying take care, be safe, and I'll talk to you soon.